We also have another very special guest joining us on this broadcast. We have Mr. Kabir Bedi, actor, joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Kabir Bedi, thank you so much for taking time out. It's a big day. You've seen, I see a big smile on your face. Your initial reactions to the election results?
I'm delighted by the results. I supported Prime Minister Modi in 2014 and I supported him now in this election. I have always believed that good governance will prevail and be appreciated by the voters. Those people that got the benefits of his good governance have voted him back with a huge majority. What concerned me a lot has been the way India's international image has sought to be sullied by some members of the media. Those who write for the Washington Post, those who write for Time magazine, those who write for The Guardian. These people have taken certain incidents and blown them up out of proportion, taken statistically insignificant things and made it look as though the whole of India was trembling at the prospect of a Modi victory. I think a great answer has been given. India welcomes Prime Minister Modi back, and that makes me very happy.
Interesting you mentioned that, because the New York Times headline says Modi's party is heading to another majority, and it goes on to say Prime Minister Narendra Modi, one of the most powerful and divisive leaders India has produced in decades, appeared easily headed for another 5-year term according to preliminary results. This is something that we have debated extensively on this channel, why the Western media tries to tell Indians how to vote. From The Economist in 2014 to now, The Economist had another piece, and then we had the Time magazine. Where do you think they come from?
This whole theme of, divider-in-chief, communalism, there is a certain section of people that just didn't like Prime Minister Modi from the time that he entered office. And they have pounced on every single unfortunate incident that has a communal tone to blame him for it and make it look as though he alone is responsible for these things. There is a kind of anti-Modi bent in them from the start, and they have tried to prove their point repeatedly over the years, and doing so in the foreign press, I think, does great disservice to India and to the way people look at India. This bothers me greatly, because what India is something completely different. If what they said was true, the voter in India would not have voted Prime Minister back with such a majority. India understands the importance of communal harmony. There's not been one major riot in the last 5 years. India understands the importance of good governance. Those that received an electricity connection, a gas connection, a bathroom for the first time, those that got money in their bank accounts for the first time, these are people that have voted for Prime Minister Modi. Plus, the younger generation, the first-time voters that have entered the equation, they must have voted in great numbers for Prime Minister Modi. Plus, I think women who have appreciated all the things being done for them, they must have appreciated what Prime Minister Modi did. They must have voted. And I believe even Muslims have voted for Prime Minister Modi in numbers that are not insubstantial. So I think this election is not just a revalidation, but it's a restatement of what is possible when good governance with honest intent is done, and trying to portray Modi as dishonest or communal just hasn't worked. The Indian voter has given a clear answer, and that delights me greatly.
Do you think Narendra Modi has changed the template of electioneering in India? Castes don't matter, social engineering doesn't matter, your local candidate, it has become a presidential style contest with people voting for or against Modi, and all other factors are inconsequential, it seems.
At the national level, it's always been some kind of presidential contest. But I think Prime Minister Modi has certainly altered the nature of campaigning. He has taken campaigning to a whole new level. I thought his 2014 campaign was the best organized political campaign I'd ever seen. This election, again, he has repeated his brilliance of campaigning. But more than campaigning, ultimately, being an ex-advertising man, I know you can advertise and spend as much money as you like on advertising, but if your message is not right, if people don't believe your message, it's not going to work. So I think what's worked here is the fact that people believe that he is an honest man. He's tried his best to do the best for India. He's put out a lot of policies out there that have touched the lives of millions of people. And also, I think one factor no one's talked about is his use of radio, his Man Ki Baat, which goes out every week, is the Prime Minister talking directly to the people.
Yes.
This has had a huge effect, I believe, because people sense the Prime Minister is talking to me, he cares about me, this is what he thinks. He's asked them to say, what should I talk about? They get a sense of involvement in governance. These things are revolutionary. And I believe at the end of the day, when people believe in the integrity of a person, the sincerity of purpose, they will reward it. And the larger electorate in India at the national level has always been right. When the Congress got tired, they threw them out. When the BJP ran out of ideas, they threw them out. At the national level, the collective intelligence of the Indian voter has never let the country down.
Thank you very much, Kabir Bedi.